Now, you don't want to join the rat race of getting up at 5 a.m. and heading off to work and working your life away. Instead, what you want to do is start saving early and follow these top 10 tips on earning money as a teenager. And before you know it, you could have 10, 20 or even 30 grand saved up before you even hit your 20s. So tip number 1. Now, you don't have to own a fancy shop in the middle of town in order to sell things to people. In fact, you might actually be shocked to hear that there's now more places than ever to sell unwanted items online. So you could use Shopify, Gumtree, eBay and Amazon. They're all very, very quick and easy to set up. All you need is your own bank account, your details, your address, and you're pretty much set to go. You might also need a camera, of course. Usually there's a small listing fee with the likes of eBay, but you're talking about 10p, so as long as you've got 10p, or you can borrow 10p from somebody, you'll be alright. Now, there is one flaw with this method in that you might genuinely have absolutely nothing to sell, or anything that you think is worth selling, and you might also be thinking, I kind of need money to buy things to sell in the first place. So what you could do here is get a little bit creative and go speak to relatives, go speak to family members or family friends, see if they've got any items that they no longer want, or you get super savvy and nip down to your local charity shop and see if they've got any items of interest that you can sell. I've personally done this myself when I was about 15, and I actually did make about £20–30 from that. And I know that doesn't seem like a lot of money to some people, but that was a lot of money to me at the time. So we'll move on to number 2. So this is one that I just have to say that ties in with what I said earlier, in that you might actually be very, very lucky and, you know, have a family member who does own a store or does own a company of some kind that can give you part-time work. So do ask around. It might not be a family member, it might be, again, a family friend or a friend of a friend. Even speak to your friends at school, because their parents, again, might have some work available, or, you know, if they currently work at the likes of McDonald's, you could ask them if there are any job opportunities. So the key here is communication. Ask, and eventually you will find something. If you genuinely don't know anybody who's got a job opportunity, there are some little tricks you can do. So if you go onto LinkedIn, most of the time you can find somebody's email contact. So you could always send them an email asking them if they've got a job opportunity. Or Facebook, you can even contact people on the Facebook pages and ask there, send a post, do you have any job opportunities? And the kind of jobs I'm talking about here are not really career focused jobs. Are things like working in a hairdresser at the weekend, working, let's say, at McDonald's, Taco Bell, whatever it might be, even a newspaper route. When I was 14, I went to the local newsagents and asked them if they had any paper routes, and I was really, really lucky because there was a girl on a Sunday who was leaving, and I managed to get her job right there and then, and that was £7 for just working on Sunday, as opposed to everybody else who was working Monday to Saturday and getting £7, because the papers on a Sunday weighed a freaking ton and basically broke my shoulder in every single Sunday. I felt like a donkey, but anyway, I earned £7 and I was glad. Now, the third way is you could always go to a car boot and do a car boot sale. A car boot sale is where you sell items at a specific place. So people turn up with the cars and they sell items out of the car. And I've done this again. I've done this many, many times before. I've got up at 5 a.m, 4 a.m. in the morning, packed the car up and headed off and sold a load of unwanted items. I don't do this anymore, but I used to make about £30, £30 to £100 actually sometimes. People do actually make this their full-time job, and sometimes a little side hustle for you. If you have nothing to sell yourself, you could always, again, go to charity shops, buy clothes for, you know, £2–3, and people sell them at these car boot sales for £5–10 a go. Okay, so my fourth tip is to get creative. All you need for this is to go down to your local craft store and buy some cheap paints. You can even buy them off Amazon and get them next day delivered. Use somebody else's Amazon account. Bonus. So there, once you've got your paints and you've got your sketch pad, you could just create something that you can then advertise for free on Twitter, Facebook, or again eBay or Gumtree. And this is great as well because there are other ways that you can make money with this. So there are certain sites out there where you can actually upload your pictures that you create, and they use that to then make t-shirts, mugs and other things, and if they sell, you get a commission from that. I don't know the name of those off the top of my head, so I'll put those in the description below for you, and a couple of links as well. The next tip would be to undertake surveys. Now, these are a really good way to earn a little bit of side cash, but I will admit that they are lengthy and they only earn about £2 to £3 an hour. So it's not sustainable, and it gets pretty boring after your first, 5-10 minutes of doing this. But again, if you really need the money, it's a good way to just bring in some extra cash, all from the comfort of your own home. All you need is a phone and an internet connection, and you're ready to go. Number 5, my next tip, would be to sell stock photos online. Now, what I mean by that is that if you're creative of any kind, or for instance myself, if you're using YouTube, I have to search for images that are either royalty free or I have to pay to use them. So a good idea would be to get a camera. There are also apps you can use on your phone, so if you've got a pretty good phone, with a decent amount of megapixels, so you can take photos yourself and upload these to various websites like iStock, Shutterstock, and there are many, many others. Now, if you're already taking photos as a pastime, then why not make some money off it? So some other platforms that you can make money off straight away is Dreamstime, 123RF, and again iStock. So I will put the links in there again below in the description for you, but that's an idea. My next tip would be to become a mystery shopper. So there is a job where quite literally all you have to do is shop and you earn an income from doing this. So you just go about your daily life. So you go into a shop, you just monitor the entire experience, and then you report back to the company that you're involved with. So this is things like you'd note down the customer service you've received, the cleanliness of the store that you're in, and also other elements. If you want to find mystery shopper job opportunities, go to the likes of read.com or indeed.com, and there'll be plenty of those. I've seen them many times. As a teenager, you sometimes think that you don't have any skills to offer, you don't have anything that makes you unique, you haven't learned anything, you don't have any job skills, anything that you build up over time. But you'll actually be wrong there, because the one thing that young people have is an ability to use any types of new software, any types of computing, new technology, and I tell you now, a lot of people take that for granted, because there are a lot of people over the age of 50 and 60, even 40, who struggle to cope with technology. My own grandparents struggle to use their brand new TV controls sometimes, and have to go around literally to show them how to use a TV controller. Why not go and offer your skills out to senior citizen centres, retirement homes, that sort of thing? Maybe, again, elderly relatives, and just say, I'm trying to make a little bit of money for myself. Don't undersell yourself. That'll be my tip number 1. A lot of young people get this wrong. So they think because they're younger, they'll offer their skills out for £5 an hour, thinking, oh, well, that's a really good deal, nobody's going to pass that opportunity up. But you'll be very, very wrong, because you then look unprofessional, and a lot of people will step over you and just think, oh, whatever, and won't look at you twice. So really, really market your skills and your abilities up to, I would say, even £20-30 an hour would not be unreasonable to charge somebody for your skills, because at the end of the day, they are skills and they are valuable skills. So some ideas here would be, most people don't know how to use Pinterest, they don't know how to use Instagram, they don't know how to use Facebook, all your social media platforms, they don't know quick wins, quick ways of using Excel, Word, all that kind of thing. if you're good at creating and editing, you can even offer your editing software skills out to fellow YouTubers using all the social networking platforms, so it's free to advertise that way. And you can make good money from it. Some people even make this their career because they continue to edit and build up their skills over time. So that's a very, very good way of making some money. Now, the next one is very similar, but it's a little bit different in that you could do freelancing on the likes of Fiverr or Upwork. So if you have some kind of skills, again, it could be painting, it could be some kind of technical skill, it could be some kind of coding skill, I don't know, literally anything. You can put your skills out up on Fiverr and Upwork. People post jobs there and you can bid for that job and get paid for that job. And over time, you build up a good reputation and get more and more work from that. So that's a really good idea. My next tip would be you could actually go and create YouTube videos, so similar to this one. So the good thing about YouTube is it's a massive, massive platform where millions and billions of people can actually reach you. So everybody has a skill, and a lot of people use YouTube to actually find things out. So if you speak to any of the younger generation and say, how do you know how to do this? Or how do you find out how to do this? Their instant response is YouTube. So it's a massive platform for how-tos. So if you know how to do something, then create a video, post it online and start gaining subscribers. That is a very, very good idea. It's not something that will get you views overnight. It's not something that will make you a millionaire overnight. It is a long haul game, and a lot of YouTubers, it takes 12 to 18 months to start earning money. My next tip would be you could also offer your pet sitting services or babysitting services. Now, disclaimer here, if you have an allergy to a pet, obviously you can't do this. So sorry to all those people out there who do. I myself actually am allergic to dogs, so I understand your pain. I used to babysit from I think 7 o'clock in the evening till 3 o'clock in the morning on a Friday, and I used to make £20 from doing that, and I used to do that every single weekend. So that was to me £80 a week on top of my £7 on a Sunday. So I was bringing in the dosh. If you like this sort of content, please do subscribe, like and comment, and if you want to leave me any comments below, I will get back to you. If you've had any experience yourself in any of these tips, then I'd love to hear from you. I'll also, again, leave those links in the description below for anybody who wants to try those out. And let me know how you get on as well. I'd really like to know. Thank you for watching, and I will see you on the next video.